Like, it's just something that grinds my gears when people say that. Like, I want to be famous, I want to be rich, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want this, I want. But what are you willing to sacrifice? Hey, I'm back with another video, and I don't really have any, like, I didn't really prepare. To make a video today, but I had plans, they got canceled, and I got dressed, so why not make a video? I think this video will be more so about, like, tips on how to handle your spiritual journey, right? Because who's not on their spiritual journey right now? I think we all are here. We're all here in this spiritual thing right now, and we're all on this spiritual journey right now, and we're all navigating uncharted territory, basically, right? Because our grandparents and our parents didn't do the work, didn't do this type of work because they were too busy surviving. So now on the we're on the we're out of survival mode, right? We're growing. We're in our growth mode, and like I said, I've been on my spiritual journey. I've kind of always been a spiritual person. I've always liked sage, always loved crystals. Like, I remember doing a project on crystals in, like, the 6th grade. I'm pretty sure it was 6th grade. I remember my neighbor's mom helping me out, printing out my stuff because I didn't have a computer or a printer. But I've always kind of been into this thing. People always looked at me weird. I remember people used to call me Erykah Badu. Like, I remember in college, somebody was like, "Here you go, Erykah Badu, burning this incense again." And like I was saying, I've always been kind of spiritual, but now, I've been really deep into my spiritual I keep calling it spiritual journey, but I think we're all spiritual beings. But just for the sake of you understanding what I mean, my spiritual journey, right? I've been serious about it for at least the last 3 years. I've been very serious about it. I pray about it. I write about it. I think about it. Just growing in my spiritual, like growing my spiritual self, right? Wanting to grow, wanting to learn more, wanting to be in alignment with my higher self, right? That's kind of been like the focus on my last 3 years, and let me tell you, it has been a wonderful, beautiful journey, but it's not been easy, right? When you want to grow, it's like things want to, like, just grab you and hold you back. So that's where I've been at, and I just want to give tips to other spiritual people, because I know, like, a lot of people are going through this right now, and a lot of people are dealing with these things. I would say the most important thing is to not worry about what anybody thinks, what anybody says, right? It's all about you. Your spiritual journey is all about you and your growth and aligning with your higher self. So, of course, it's going to be different. It's going to look different. You're going to start to grow, and people aren't going to be used to that. People are going to be used to you being who you used to be. Don't worry about that. Another one of my tips for your spiritual journey is, not only do you not worry about what other people think, be committed to the growth. Be committed to change. Be committed to wanting to be a better you, because there will be times where you'll be tested. You will be able to measure your growth, right? Some things you would have handled differently at this time. Now you're handling it this way. And that's absolutely okay. Don't be hard on yourself. If you kind of, like, fall back, make a mistake, be gentle, be easy with yourself. It's absolutely okay. For me, I've been working on dealing with my shadow self, which has not been easy, but it's kind of something that's always been in the back of my head. So I've always been kind of cognizant of that, right? But for me, it's like people always put me into a certain box. People always put me in a box, or people always think of me a certain way, and you can't care about that. You can't care if somebody thinks they're smarter than you. You can't care if somebody thinks this way of you, because it says, what people think of you says a lot more about them than it says about you. Remember that. And that is a reoccurring theme in my life. How somebody treats you, what they think of you, says more about them than it says about you. And I'm the type of person who, I am confident in who I am, right? I donate to charity every month. I try to treat one of my loved ones out when I can. I try to do these things once a month. If people want to put you into a box, let them. your spiritual journey, your spiritual growth, your divine alignment, it's all about you. And what's also been difficult for me is kind of trying to navigate relationships, uh, friendships, romantic relationships, trying to navigate those things while growing. It's something that takes some adjusting, right? Because your friends will see you a certain way, your partner will see you a certain way, and you're growing, you're changing every day, and that's absolutely okay. The biggest thing for me in this whole spiritual thing is not worrying about what other people think, not worrying about other people, how other people see you or perceive you. Just always wanting to just keep a good heart, keep good character. Personally, what's important to me is keeping good character, right? Just to maintain who you are, even when no one's looking. To be a good person. For me, I try to donate to charity once or twice a month. I try to treat my loved ones out to lunch, dinner, breakfast, brunch. I try to treat the people I love out at least once a month. These are just things that I do personally to give back good energy. And I don't do it to receive anything back. I do it because I just feel like it's my duty. It's my duty, right? I spend so much money on a bunch of junk. Why not take some of it at least and help other people somehow? I'm not rich. I don't have much, but I just think that's important, right? So I do that, and I feel like no matter what anybody thinks of me, no matter whatever box anybody puts me in, no matter, like I said, no matter what anybody thinks of me, I know that I'm a good person. In my soul, in the core of my being, I am a good person. I'm not perfect, but I know I do things that are good, right? I have a good character. I try to keep maintaining a good character. I try to be honest. I try to be understanding. I try to work hard. These are things that I think that are important. Just in being a human being, like those are your like. There's the least you can do as a human being on this earth, right? With intelligence, the least you can do is be a good person, have a good character, share, express love to people the best way you can. The way I express love may not look like the way someone else expresses love. You know what I mean? Um, so what else is important on the spiritual journey? I think finding your circle or your group or your tribe, or at least finding one or two other people who understand. Even if it's just like YouTubers, even if it's like somebody on Instagram, somebody who kind of brings you back to that, brings you back to that mindset. Like, I see this certain person, or somebody one of the people I follow uploads, one of the spiritual people I follow uploads a video. It's about spirituality. I snap back into that mindset immediately. So I kind of try to keep myself, at least on social media, kind of try to follow people who keep me in that mindset, right? I don't really have people in my like physical life who are on the same spiritual journey as me, but at least online I can have that, have that circle, or have that, connection to others who are also on their spiritual journey, or who have a little bit more knowledge than me. I think that's important too, because it's like swimming in a swamp trying to figure things out. You can't see anything ahead of you. There's so many dangers. There's so much stuff to look out for. Like, your shadow self is crazy. Like, things like that. What else is important on your spiritual journey? I think being serious and being committed to growth is another important thing. Being serious and being committed to your growth. Because how many people say they're on the spiritual journey and they're still doing the same things, right? Or just not committed to really growing. You know what I mean? You have to be serious about it. You have to be willing to do the hard work, and you have to be willing to take those days where everything feels like it's crashing down, or nobody understands, and that's okay. You have to be willing to do this lonely loner type of life. That's really what it is. Going through the brunt of your spiritual work. You're gonna be alone. You're gonna be by yourself. You're gonna not even, personally, sometimes I don't even want to hang out with people. I don't even want that energy exchange between people. And that's just really what it is. It's kind of a lonely thing to go through. The biggest wake up call for me was on this journey. Now I see how people treat me. I see how people treat themselves, treat the people around them, and I'm able to read how that's what that says about them. I'm able to see how their actions, what that says about them. And it's difficult because, like, for my mom, for example, I love my mom. She's my mom. We've had our difficulties. We've had some difficult, rough patches as of lately, and I've been okay with it, really. It's something that's stressing me out here and there. When I sit and think about it, oh, that's stressful. But, I express myself, and I know how she is, and like, she is at her age. I just don't really see her ever growing or progressing, and it makes me sad. But it's like, I see how she is, and I understand. I have friends who I'm like, I see what they're about, and I kind of see how they are. I see the way they treat me, which says a lot about them, and I just can't express that enough. On your spiritual journey, you're kind of going to notice how people operate, and it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be a good thing. You're not going to be able to help everybody. You're not going to be able to talk everybody into thinking how you think, or wanting to grow, or growing, or having that mind. People will do it when they're ready. People won't do it. It just doesn't matter. It's all about you. You have to accept people where they are. And by that same thing, you kind of have to accept yourself where you are. For me, I just wish I was already, I wish I was already my higher self. I'm just ready to skip all this and just already be my higher self. But like, these little moments, it's so important, right? Because that's what builds wisdom. My major point in this spiritual journey is you're going to be alone. You are going to see people differently. People are going to see you differently. You have to accept that. You have to accept yourself. You always have to move with good character. You always have to move with good character. You always have to be a good person. And it's okay if you fall off. It's okay if nobody's perfect. We're human. To err is human, right? No one else has to understand. I just can't stress that enough. No one else has to understand. You don't have to get people to understand. You don't have to make people understand. You don't have to hang out with people who drain you. You don't have to be around people who you feel any type of way about, right? Like, for me, I do all this, like, having a character, this self-correction, this wanting to be a good friend, supporting my friends, that sort of thing. Because I just feel like it's my duty to do that, right? And just for a little while, I caught myself being like, well, why isn't everybody like this? Why doesn't everybody do this? It's so frustrating. What's the point in doing all this work if nobody else is working on themselves? What's the point in doing all this if nobody else is doing it? What's the point in being a good person when nobody else is good people, right? But then that's like speaking from ego. That's speaking from, like, who am I to tell people that they're doing something wrong? Who am I, right? I'm just me. All I can focus on, all I can control is myself. And that's okay. Like, you have to be okay with everything. You have to be okay with how people treat you. You have to be okay with how people think of you, how people see you. It's okay, because it's not their journey, it's your journey. So maintain good character. Stay upright, stay elevating. Don't get caught up on this earthly things. Don't get caught up on what people think. Don't get caught up on these fleeting friendships. Don't get caught up on these fleeting relationships, because things change, people change. Just always be a good person. Like, I cannot stress that enough. There may, and I don't mean you have to be like the holier than thou, saintly type of person. That is not what I mean at all. I mean, just don't go out there fucking people over and stuff like that. Like, sometimes people do deserve a good cussing out, and I'm not above that. Sometimes I do still do things that are not right? Not purposely, obviously. I never do anything purposely. I never, like, am purposely nasty or evil. I'm never moving out of that space. But other people are, and that's okay. If you slip back, if you do something dirty, if you do something nasty, if you do something that's not in alignment with your higher self, it's okay. We're not perfect. That is this journey of life, right? But you have to be honest and open with yourself, honest and open with others, Just be yourself. It's okay. Who cares what other people think of you? This is your life, your journey, right? This whole, like, everyone else is a non-playable character. But I don't say that to say go out and life is fake. This isn't real. Do whatever you want. Quit that job. That's not what I'm saying. Be responsible. Treat people kind. Treat people nice. That's all you can do. But always be growing. Be open and be honest and be ready to grow. Be open and be honest. Be ready to sacrifice things. Be ready to sacrifice. Be ready to show the divine that you're ready for more, right? I just cannot understand how people are always saying that they want to be rich, they want to have this car, they want to be this, they want to be famous, they want to be this. Like, it's just something that grinds my gears when people say that, like, I want to be famous, I want to be rich, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want this, I want. But what are you willing to sacrifice? What have you sacrificed? What have you shown to whatever you believe in? I just call it the divine. What have you shown that says that you're ready? People always want to say they want to be a millionaire. When they get rich, they're going to do this. But it's like, have you shown that you are able to handle that blessing? You have these blessings already in your hands. You have all these blessings already upon you, right? Okay, being rich is not one of them, but you have all these blessings upon you that you can barely hold, right? That you can barely take care of. Like, you want to be rich, but look at your car. Why is it so messy? Why is it dirty? Why don't you take care of your car? You want to be famous, but you wake up in the morning, you don't brush your teeth. Like, how can you handle more blessings when you can barely hold the blessings that you have, right? You have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to show the divine that you're ready for more and truly be ready for that more, right? For me, I try to be up by a certain time. I try to stretch. I try to keep myself to these certain things. And these are my offerings. This is my devotion to the divine to show that I'm ready for more. When you get rich, if you don't know how to handle your money today, how are you going to know how to handle your money when you get rich? Maybe your offering could be being more financially aware, sticking to a budget. That's your offering to divine to show them that you're ready for more blessings, right? It's just that's what's really important to me, right? I just try to live and show that I'm ready for more blessings. I try to truly prepare myself for more blessings. How would I be? What type of person would I be? What type of wife would I be? What type of mother would I be? What type of boss would I be, right? I don't have to wait until I'm a wife. I don't have to wait until I'm a mother. I don't have to wait until I'm a boss to exhibit these characteristics of that if I want to align and attract that. You understand? I think that's the biggest part also of your spiritual journey. Just moving things that don't serve you out of the way. And I know it's not easy, but moving things that don't serve you out of the way to make room for more, to make room for blessings. Don't worry about what other people think. I just cannot stress that enough because nobody's going to understand. These are the same people who are arguing on the internet about nonsense. These are the same people who are not in alignment or on their journey or haven't even thought about anything spiritual. So who cares what other people think? It's all about you and the true growth, right? I didn't really prep for this video. If I would have prepped, I would have had more thoughts written out. Maybe I'll make more. But that's all I got for right now. And I hope you were able to find something of value out of this video. I hope you were able to take something away. Your spiritual journey is going to be lonely. You have to be truly ready to do the work. You have to be committed to it. You have to, and I wish you guys all the best on your journey. I wish you all the best wherever you are. There is no right and wrong answer. There is no right and wrong. There honestly isn't even a finish line. You just continue to grow, continue to grow, continue to grow, continue to give out good energy, it's an exchange. You give out good energy, you accept good energy, ever more. You can always be a better person, better mom, better sister, better brother, better husband, better person in general. And it's always, you're always growing. And I just hope the best for you. I pray for your guidance and alignment And that's really all I have to say. Please follow me, comment, talk to me, follow me on Instagram, anything like that, because I really like talking. I really like doing these things. I'm gonna do it whether you do. I'm gonna do it either way. It doesn't matter, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, I hope you found some value in this video, and thank you for watching. Have a good day.